Okay. Good morning, everyone. In the previous class, this flowchart is completed. No, this flowchart it is completed. That is manufacturing of the cement. In that, there are two processes. One is a wet process. Second is a dry process. So I think this diagram is completed. And also we have seen this diagram also. No, what is this? This is a longitudinal view of a kiln. What is that kiln? Kiln is the heart of cement industry, cement manufacturing plant. Okay, na? So this is what silos, storing of the various cement raw materials or clinkers or finally cement itself. This is used for storage purpose. Now, in this one only, one side feeding is done, another side clinker will be obtained, another side clinker will be obtained. So this process we have completed. Now we will see the composition. See here, there will be raw materials, there will be processing of this raw materials, and you are getting what? Cement. Are you understand? This is raw material, this is end product, that is cement. This is cement. Okay, now now in this one, what are the various chemicals which generally present? Okay, this might be one important question for your exam. So many times it has been asked. Can you see so many elements are there? Calcium oxide, silicon oxide, aluminum oxide, ferrous oxide, okay, magnesium oxide, alkalis, okay, sulfur oxide. So all these oxides are present in the raw materials, in the raw materials. What are the raw materials we generally use? Calcium carbonate, that is limestone, that is what? Calcareous material, that is called calcareous. Another material was argillaceous material. Another material was argillaceous material. So various chemical compounds are present now. See here, the raw materials such as lime, silica, alumina, iron oxide. All these raw material will contain oxides of calcium, silicate, aluminum, ferrous. Okay, like this it is compound. These oxides will interact with one another. These oxides will interact in one another. In which component they are going to interact? Can anyone tell me? In which component of the cement manufacturing plant all these compounds will interact? All these oxides will interact. Can anyone tell me? Prajwal, can you tell me in which
Complex compounds
component? Hmm?
in the rotating process.
I'm not getting your answer.
Mixing components in rotating
All,
process.
okay. All these oxides in the of the raw material will react in kiln, due to high temperature, so that is why here it is written all oxides will interact with one another in the kiln at high temperature. After reacting, what they are going to form? More complex compounds. They are going to form more complex compounds. Generally, we call it as clinker. The chemical compounds or the complex chemical compounds which we get at the end of kiln, after calcination are called as clinkers, The relative proportion is given here. Which has maximum content? Which oxide has maximum percentage? Generally calcium oxide. Okay, na? Calcium oxide has highest content. Next is silicon oxide. The remainings are in the form of traces: aluminum, ferrous, magnesium, alkalis, SO3. So all these will be in raw material. This is the composition of raw material. Now we have seen in the kiln, they are going to interact with one another, forms the compound. Which compounds are formed? Clinkers are formed. The name is clinker, but what are the chemical composition? Okay, this is not there for you. Okay, so the chemical compounds which are present in clinker, these four elements will be present in the clinker. The name given to these compounds are called as Bogies compounds. The name given to these compounds are called as Bogies compound. Understand? This point is clear. So the name given here, the Bogies compound, very, very important. So Bogies compounds are present in clinkers. These are present in the clinkers. The oxide present in the raw materials when subjected to high clinkering temperature combine with each other and form the complex compounds. These complex compounds have been identified by scientists whose name is R.H. Bogue. So that is why the name given Bogue is compounds. Okay, this is the name of a scientist. What are the four major compounds which are present in cement, in the dry cement? What are those four compounds? Tricalcium silicate, dicalcium silicate, tricalcium aluminate, tetracalcium aluminoferrate. Very, very important. C3S, it is abbreviated as C3S. Dicalcium silicate is called as C2S. Tricalcium aluminate is denoted by C3A. Tetracalcium aluminoferrate, it is denoted by C4AF. Very, very important compounds. The name of the compounds is Bogies compounds. These are present in clinkers or dry cement. So the chemical formula is like this. C3S means what? C means CaO, calcium oxide. S means SiO2. SiO2. So C3 means what? Calcium oxide is present three times, three molecules. And only one S is there. So one molecule of SiO2. One molecule of SiO2. C2S, dicalcium silicate, dicalcium silicate. C here, C means calcium oxide, S means silicon oxide, silicon dioxide. Okay, so C2 means what? Two molecules or two times CaO is present. Two times CaO is present and only one SiO2 is present. Similarly, C3A, tricalcium aluminate, tricalcium aluminate, three calcium oxide material and only one aluminum oxide, one only aluminum oxide. Now the last compound, C4AF. C4AF means what? Tetracalcium, 4C. 4 means what? Tetra. Okay, 3 means tri, 2 means di. Okay, so like that you have to say. 4 means tetra. If C5 is there, what name you are expecting there? If five elements of CaO is there, so you can tell it as penta. It can call it as penta. So here only four is there, so we are calling it as tetra. Okay, calcium, tetra calcium aluminoferrate. Aluminoferrate. Very, very important terminologies. C3S, C2S, C3A, C4F. These are Bogies compounds. These are present in clinkers in the dry cement. Okay. This slide is clear for everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
I
sir.
expect
Yes, sir.
everyone to
Yes,
give
sir.
answer. Okay. Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Going to the next
Yes,
slide.
sir.
Going to the next slide. See here, in this table, one side raw material composition, another side cement composition. Are you getting this point? One side raw material composition, another side final cement composition. See here, we have seen no CaO, SiO2, Al2O3, Fe2O3. What are these? These are the oxides of the minerals which are present in raw material. What is this? Their percentage 63, 26, 3, 1, 2. Like this, these are the percentage of oxides in raw material. Now, when they combine in the kiln at high temperature, all these things will lead to these Bogies compounds. All these are what? Bogies compounds. So this raw material composition will give this chemical, these Bogies compounds. So individually, how much percentage will be there? C3S 54.1, C2S 16%, C3A 10%. Now you understand, with this initial raw material composition, you will get the cement of this composition. You will get the cement of this composition, where highest content will be C3S, tricalcium silicate, where highest content is tricalcium silicate. Next, C2S, dicalcium silicate. See here, that is what here written. C stands for CaO, S stands for SiO2, A stands for Al2O3, F stands for Fe2O3. Wherever H is there, you can call it as H2O. H2O. So here you can write it tricalcium, dicalcium. These two, C3S, C2S, are very, very important. Why? When they combine with water, generally you add water to the cement, no, for getting the strength. So these two compounds, chemical compounds, only these things will react with water, forms the gel. Forms the gel. Sticky paste kind of a thing will be there, no? So that is called as gel, formed by all the compounds interacting with water. So they form gel, and a gel when get hard, it will give strength. It will give strength. So that is why here written C3S, C2S are important, which are responsible for strength. Which are responsible for strength. Generally, if you combine these two, approximately 70 to 80%, 70 to 80% of the cement composition will be there. Okay, na? So bogies compounds, we have written C3S, C2S, C3S, C4F. Other than this name, you can call it as halite, belite, silite, phthalate. Sometimes Bogies compounds are also called by these names: halite, belite, salite, and phthalate. Okay, phthalate, can you understand? There is a ferrous component. Salite means what? Third component. Belite means second component. Halite means first component. Like this, you can understand. Okay. Uh, this table is clear. Raw material composition and cement composition, which has bogies compounds and individual bogies compound composition. Whether this slide is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone
Yes,
should
sir.
tell me. Any
Yes,
doubts
Yes,
in
sir.
Yes,
that
sir.
slide?
Yes, sir.
Sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
very good. Okay, very good, very good. I will ask the questions at the later. Huh? Remember, if any doubt is there, if you have not understood, you can now only ask me the questions. No problem. I will explain. Okay, na? Shall we go to the next slide?
huh, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, here see very important terminology that is called as hydration. The name hydration means what? You are adding water here. Hydration means what? Water you are adding to which? Cement. To what you are adding water? To the cement you are adding water. So adding water to the cement, the compounds will react. Which compounds? Bogies compounds will react with water and they will form what? Gel. So that is this diagram. So Portland cement, so various types are there. What you are adding? Water you are adding on hydration. That reaction itself we call it as hydration. After adding water, that means after hydration, what are the products you will get? These are called as products of hydration. Means what? After adding water, you will get some products. So those are called as products of hydration. The product of hydration, there are two major compounds. There are two major things. One is gel. So that gel is called as CSH gel. That is called as CSH gel. Okay. So what is the CSH gel? Calcium silicate hydrate. Are you understand this point? Calcium silicate hydrate. Calcium silicate means what? C3S or C2S. Any two things are possible now. C3S or C2S. Those things will be there. H is what? You are adding water, no? So that is why H is there. So all three compounds will form what? One gel. So we call that name is CSH gel. Calcium silicate hydrate gel. Okay, one compound, one major compound which is responsible for strength, which is responsible for strength. Because it is in the form of gel, it will bind the aggregates, it will bind the other products, it will bind the other products. Okay. Other major compound which is forming calcium hydroxide, CaOH twice. CaOH twice. Calcium hydroxide is not responsible for any strength, is not able to give any strength, but it is harmful for the cement. It is harmful for the cement products. It is harmful for the cement product. Why? Because it leaches away, it will get washed away. Okay, so that is why it will create some capillaries, it will create some capillaries. So that is the problem of having CaOH2, but it will be formed, no problem, it will be formed anyhow, it will be there, but major component is this gel. So that is why it is going to give the strength. Ca. Anhydrous cement does not bind with fine and coarse aggregate. Anhydrous means what? Without adding water. If you don't add water, if you put dry cement with bricks, dry cement with stone, whether it has a binding property? Can anyone tell me? Dry cement plus bricks, whether it will bind? Whether it is going to bind the products?
No, sir.
No, no. Okay, like that. Okay. So here anhydrous means no water. That is dry cement does not bind the products, fine and coarse aggregate. It acquires adhesive property only when mixed with water. So cement's binding property will be only present in the presence of water. So there is a chemical reaction takes place between the cement and water. That reaction we call it as a hydration of cement. So that chemical reaction which forms the gel, which forms the calcium hydroxide, that reaction itself we call it as hydration of cement. Okay now. So on account of hydration, certain products are formed. So the products have what type of thing property? Cementing properties or adhesive properties or binding properties. Okay now. So the quality, quantity, continuity, stability, rate. So all the property of cement is depending upon this hydration products. What are the hydration product? Gel and calcium hydroxide. What are the products of hydration? Gel and calcium hydroxide. So these two things will decide the final quantity. These two things will decide the final quality. Final quality. This slide is clear for everyone? This slide is clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Everyone,
Sir.
please
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
reply.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we will go to the next slide. We'll go to the next slide. So here, how that thing will form? We can explain hydration of cement in two ways. We can explain means what? How those things are there. I will just explain. Okay, now through solution mechanism. Through solution mechanism. First, I will explain this sentence. Later on, I will draw the diagram here. In this through solution mechanism, the cement compounds dissolve to produce a supersaturated solution from which different hydrated products get precipitated. The through solution mechanism may be predominant in the early stages of hydration in view. What is this through solution? Suppose if you take a big container, a bucket, okay, na? See here, what is happening if you take a bucket and if you have water, okay, if you have water, full of this water, okay, na? When you add some cement, which is dry, what is happening? More water is there, cement is also there. So initially the dry cement will dissolve in all the parts, dissolve in all the things, all the parts of water. So that is why we call it as a through solution. It is called as a through solution. Only when it dissolves, it starts forming gel. It's for starting gel. Initially, water is more. as the cement is interacting with water, as the gel is producing and producing more and more quantity, water quantity in the bucket will start decreasing, and gel quantity will start increasing. Gel quantity will start increasing. So this mechanism, this process is generally happens at the starting stage when you add water, or the starting stage of cement water reaction, first phase, that is called as through solution mechanism. In the second state, what is that second state? Solid state. Now only here only we have just understood that as the gel is forming more and more, water quantity is decreasing, gel is increasing. So gel is type of a solid, no, semi solid, no. So that is why it is called as a solid state, because water content is less, solid content is more. Solid content is more. Suppose if you enlarge that beaker, suppose if you enlarge that beaker, bigger thing, cement gel, we can just mark it like these things, these rounded things, because water content is less, no, more solid figures are there. So less water, what is happening? It is attacking on the exterior surface. It is attacking on the exterior surface, so that outside surface is already reacted with water. Inside there is somewhat dry cement particles will be there. No, in the inside somewhat dry particles will be there, so that water will start penetrating. What happened? Is it audible?
Screen is not
Sir,
visible.
screen is not visible.
Screen is not visible. Huh? I will just once again put. Okay, I think that window is closed. Till now, everyone is understanding, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
One second.
Yes, sir.
I will just open. Ah, now the screen. Now is it visible?
No, sir.
No,
Everyone?
sir.
No.
No, sir.
No, sir. Ah, yes, sir.
Visible, sir.
That screen, whatever we are discussing, that is visible now.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It's
sir.
visible.
Okay. We have stopped here, no? Okay, huh. Here, what is happening? More solid state, less water, so that water will start attacking on each solid particles, and reaction is taking place, which is dry. The inside dry particles start reacting, because already the solution is formed and dry particles are more, so that water will attack from outside. So more and more hydration products will start. More hydration products will start like this. Okay. So first, more water attacks on the outside surface. Then water quantity will start decreasing, and solid phase, that is gel phase, is slowly increasing. So that phase is called as a through solution mechanism. As the water is decreasing and decreasing, more solids are available, and more solids means what? The water will start attacking on each particle from outside to inside. From outside to inside means what? If this big solid is there, no, the water will come and attack like this inside. What inside that dry portion is there, no, inside dry portion. So inside dry portion will start reacting with water slowly. That mechanism we call it as solid state mechanism. Solid state mechanism. So that is why here it is written. The second mechanism or possibility is that water attacks the cement compounds in the solid state. converting the compounds into hydrated products starting from the surface. So that is why I have told no, starting from the surface, from the outside and proceeding to interiors. Proceeding to interior means what? Later on, slowly it will go to inside. Slowly it is going to inside. This slide is clear for everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
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 Through solution mechanism is more when you add water at the starting stage. Okay, solid state mechanism will be predominant or more in the later stage. After adding water, after some time, this state will come. This state will complete. Okay, this state will come. Ah, shall I go to the next slide? This slide is clear.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Everyone, I need
Yes,
everyone.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. I will ask questions. Try to remember. I will ask question at the end of the class. Okay. Now, what is this heat of hydration? Heat of hydration means what? During the reaction, heat is generated. That is what we call it as heat of hydration. Everyone is aware of these things. No, whenever you add cement, no, during plastering and all, some you can sense some heat, no, on the surface. Everyone, can you tell me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
When you see a fresh
Yes, sir.
cement, you can just sense of heat is liberated. Okay, so the heat is liberated means what? What type of reaction? It is a exothermic reaction. The reaction liberates considerable heat. So this heat is called as heat of hydration. This heat is called as heat of hydration. This studying this heat, how much heat is liberated at what time, whether at, after adding the water the heat is more, or after 10 minutes the heat liberated is more, or after 1 hour heat liberated is more, or after 20 hours the heat liberated is more. That study of heat liberation is very very important when you are going for mass concreting works. When you are going for mass concreting works such as dams, big canal structures. Okay, so that this study is very very important. Generally, when you put large quantity of concrete, 50 degree Celsius temperature may liberate there. 50 degree, up to 50 degree temperature will be there. Okay, that is very high. If you have not taken sufficient precautionary measures, it will lead to cracks. It will lead to cracks. So that is why studying this heat of hydration is very very important. Okay, na? This is clear side. This slide is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall I
Yes, sir.
shall I shall I go to the next point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone clear na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see this one, the diagram here. The graph is visible here. Graph is visible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Here you can see this
Yes.
is the here in the x-axis there is a time. Okay, the axis x denotes the time. Means what? Zero means what? You have not added water to that cement. After adding the cement, you start count the time in x-axis. In y-axis, what is there? In y-axis, heat of liberation or rate of liberation of heat, calories per gram per hour. Calories per gram per hour. Calories means what? Unit of energy. Calories means unit of energy. Heat is what? Heat is a form of energy. So per gram means what? For 1 gram cement. Okay, for 1 hour, how much heat is liberated? Okay, like this you need to understand. Suppose let us say you can pick this point. You can pick point B. Point B indicates 3, no? So 3 3 calories per gram per 8 hours. Per 8 hours. Like that you need to understand. Okay, now simple. See here. Just immediately after adding water, there is a sudden peak. There is a sudden peak that is called as point A. There is a sudden peak. Means what? When you just add water, suddenly some chemical reaction will take place and some spontaneous heat is liberated. So that is denoted by point A. But that is not there for longer time. That point A will suddenly drops. Means what? It will be there for just 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay. That will be gone. That heat will be gone. But after some time, again, slowly heat is liberated. Slowly heat is liberated. Means what? Some chemical reaction is taking place in this case also. Point A is also chemical reaction, but some other chemicals are reacting, sudden heat is liberated. And once that chemicals have gone, heat is down now. From this point to this point, some other chemicals are reacting with water. That is why slowly heat is liberated till point B. That means what? Till from the after 1 hour or after half an hour, that chemical reaction will take place and it will end up to 8 hours. It will end up to 8 hours or 6 hours. Okay. Once that chemical reaction is completed, means what? Once those chemicals are gone or reacted completely, so the heat is again dropping down slowly. Heat is again dropping down slowly. So that means at the 24th hour, means of after 1 day, when you reach point F, so almost all chemical reaction has completed. So there will be less heat. There will be less heat. There will be less heat. This graph is clear for everyone. I will explain once again. In the just when you add water, no sudden rise in heat means what? Some chemicals will be reacting. So that is why the reaction is very fast, spontaneous. More heat is there. Okay, but once those chemicals are completed, means those chemicals are gone. So the heat will slowly come down and falls to this point. Okay, from this point some other chemicals will start react, some other compounds will start reacting. Slowly heat is again generated till point B. That means of after 5th hour or after 6th hour. Once those hours are completed, those chemical compounds are gone. Now slowly the temperature will fall down. Slowly temperature or heat is going to come down. So after 1 day, 24 hour, all the compounds are completed. Okay, na? So now what are the compounds which will react first, and what are the compounds which will start reacting at the second stage, and what are the compounds which will start reacting at the third stage? Those things we are going to discuss. See here. First rapid heat of hydration is due to which one? Aluminates. Due to aluminates and sulfates. So that is why we have written ascending peak A. That is why we have written ascending peak A. So this ascending peak means sudden height is due to reaction of aluminates, sulfates in water. What are the aluminates? C3A, C4AF. Remember the Bogies compounds, no? Can you remember the Bogies compounds? C3A, C4AF, those are the aluminates, those are the sulfates. So that is why they react first, so more heat. So the initial heat evolution ceases quickly, means what? Stops quickly when that aluminate everything is completed. So that aluminate everything is depressed by gypsum. So that is why we get descending peak, slowly it is descending. Next, heat from this point to this point means what? From this downward to this point B is due to the reaction of C3S, is due to the reaction of C3S. So that is why we have written ascending peak B. From here to here it is ascending, it is going upward direction. So the what compounds are reacting? C3S compound is reacting with water, and what is forming in gel? The etrignite. The etrignite compound is forming. The etrignite compound is forming. Here one more thing is there. Fineness of cement. Fineness means what? If your cement is coarser, the rate is different. If your cement is finer, means what? More powder is there, then reaction rate is different. That is what. Finer cement will react fast. Just try to understand. Coarser cement will react slowly. Those are the points. Is that okay? This slide is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone.
Yes, sir.
This slide is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
है
sir.
ना? Now, going to the next slide, see here. How much heat is regulated for 1 gram? 90 calories, 89 to 90 calories per gram in 7 days, or 100 up to 100 calories of heat is liberated per gram in 20 days. Per gram is 20 days. So this hydration process is not instantaneous. Means what? Within half hour, all the heat is not liberated. It will take 1 day, 7 day, 28 day. Like that, you can have a heat of liberation till 28 days. Till 20 days. The reaction is faster in the early period, but slowly it will start decreasing. Slowly it will start decreasing. Basic compounds, what are the basic things they are forming? See, C2S, C3S. What are these? Bogie compounds. These are called as bogie compounds. When these two things combine with water, you will get what? CSH. So what is the name? Calcium silicate hydrate and calcium hydroxide. These two things are present. So this is called as calcium silicate hydrates. Calcium silicate hydrates. So calcium silicate hydrates are important. Are important. So how much quantity, volume, how much? Up to 50 to 60% volume is completely by this gel. If you take one pan of cement plus water, when it forms the gel, so 60% of that pan is covered with this gel. So this is gel. Okay, now what is happening here? This is the chemical reaction. If you're good in remembering, you can remember, or otherwise, if you write this statement also, no issues. You can write, at least you should write this one. What we are discussing, what? Basic compounds after hydration, or you can tell hydrated products. What are the hydrated products here? First is CSH gel, second is calcium hydroxide. So this is called as calcium silicate hydrate, which is 50 to 60% of the mass in a given paste. 2C3S plus 6H. What is H here? We have said no, H means H2O. H means H2O. C3S means what? 3CaO, 1SiO2. Like that we have understood now in the beginning. So those are things. 2 molecules of tricalcium silicate. 2 molecules of dicalcium silicate here. See here, you can understand here. 2 molecules of C3S requiring more water. 2 molecules of dicalcium silicate require less water. Which is good now? Which is good? Now you should understand the compound which is consuming less water for giving the same strength is good. So that is why I am writing 2 S marks. Okay. Another comparison. This is also gel. This is also gel. CSH, calcium silicate hydrate gel. Okay, it is also giving gel. It is also giving gel. See here, calcium hydroxide 3 molecules. Here, calcium hydroxide 1 molecule. We have understood, no? Calcium hydroxide is not good for concrete. It is a bad product. It is a harmful product. So which compound is making more harmful product? That is C3S. Tricalcium silicate is producing more harmful product than dicalcium silicate, which is producing less harmful product. But gel is forming same. Now you understand which bogie compound is good for strength. Which bogie compound is good for strength? I will ask particular person, he should give me the answer. So Sonlik Patil, can you tell me which compound is good for strength purpose? Sonlik, it is not there. Vishwanath Lakundimat. Vishwanath Lakundimat is not there. Prajwal Bagalkoti.
Sir,
Prajwal.
Yes, sir.
Tell me the answer. Which product after comparison of these chemical reaction, which is good?
C2S, sir.
C2S.
C2S.
Why? The next question will be for Lakshmi Mandgoli. Why C2S is good? You have to explain me.
Less harmful, sir. It is less harmful.
Okay, I am asking next person, Lakshmi Mandgoli.
Yes, sir.
Why it is good C2S?
It is less harm.
Why? Why it is less harmful? Kempanna?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Why it is not harmful? Why it is good?
Sir, it is good because of it giving same product as above one, and end product is less compared to the first one, sir.
Not end product. Harmful product is less.
Harmful
Harm
product is less than first.
less. Okay. Mansi Patil, can you add one more
Yes,
point
sir.
here? Ah.
So it gives more productive material than C3S.
Another thing is there. Have you noticed?
So hydration.
What hydration? Okay. Have anyone noticed the water consumption for the same gel?
So water consumption is less here.
Now you have understood water consumption is less for C2S. Less
Yes.
for C2S. Okay. Karthik Zund. Karthik is not there. Kajal.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What you have understood? Irshad, you are not at all replying. You are not at all attentive.
Yes, sir.
What you have understood now?
The second equation is the safest, sir.
Safest. Okay. Guru Prasad.
Yes, sir.
Have you understood?
हाँ sir.
Which product is good?
Sir, C2S.
C2S. Why?
Sir, it is harmonic conduction is less than.
Why? Gausia.
Yes, sir.
Which product is good and why?
Dicalcium silicate product is good because
And
it
why?
consume less water for same strength
Hmm.
and it gives a less harmful product.
Okay. Next, Bharta Patil. Bharta Patil, are you there? Bharta Patil. Apeksha.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? This slide.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Anushri.
Yes, sir.
Have you understood all the things?
Yes, sir.
Shall I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I will explain this one. Okay. See here, whatever we have studied, no, C3S is more heat liberating. C3S compound, which is present in Bogie compound, no, it is more heat liberating. That is means what? It is early strength. It is giving early strength. Okay, na? So it is good for cold concreting. It is good for cold weather concreting. C3S will giving reacting first or fast so that early strength is obtained. If your cement is having more C3S, clinker formation is there, no? So in that cement, C3S content is more, then it is good for cold concreting. C2S, that is dicalcium silicates, hydrates slowly, very slowly it will react, but strength is also giving slowly, and heat of hydration is also there slowly. So when this situation is good, see here, in summer condition, Okay, in a road condition, when concrete has to be transported from one place to another place in trucks or in open pans, okay, so that time you don't want to react very fast, because once it reaction is there, more heat. So once it is reaction is completed, it will start get hardening. That condition you don't want, because you need to transport it for a longer time. So in those conditions, your cement should contain more C2S. Your cement should contain more C2S. So that is why C2S is more good. C2S is more suitable for all work. Another important thing, the gel, calcium silicate gel is there, no? The gel from this compound is more dense, okay? And it has got a higher specific surface. Just a comparison. C3S is also good, no issues, but compared to C3S, this is more better. This is more better, okay now? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Another compound which is forming, that is a calcium hydroxide, that is called as calcium hydroxide. So generally that first gel is there, that is 60%. The remaining 20 to 25% is a calcium hydroxide, which is not good. So that is why I have written lack of durability. And if this compound is more and more, that concrete will be under which attack? Sulfate attack. Means what? If any sulfate content is present nearby, sulfate content is present nearby, such as in soil. Suppose you are putting a concrete in foundation, and your concrete is producing more calcium hydroxide, and that foundation, next to the foundation, if there is a gutter, drainage, and drainage content more sulfates, and more sulfates will attack that cement, more contents will attack that calcium hydroxide. So that is why this is a problem. So you want to reduce this calcium hydroxide, or you want to give cover for that concrete, good cover, good protective cover. So more calcium hydroxide, it will lead to sulfate attack. It will react with sulfate, forms one bad product. That bad product is calcium sulfate. And this calcium sulfate again reacts with this C3A, and C3A, after reaction, concrete will lose its strength. Concrete will lose its strength. Only one advantage of calcium hydroxide is there. What is that? It will maintain the pH. It will maintain the pH around 30. If it is more than 7, we call it as alkaline. If it is less than 7, we call it as acidic. So alkaline condition, alkaline pH, it is there, then corrosion take place is less. If acidic condition is there in a concrete, then corrosion chances are more. Are you understanding this point? Calcium hydroxide is helpful in this aspect. Other aspects it is bad. Only in this aspect, such that it is maintain an alkaline pH condition around 13, which is resisting corrosion. Which is resisting corrosion. This slide clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone, this
Yes, sir.
slide is clear?
Yes,
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 sir.
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 Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir.
okay. Now, third compound. What is that third compound? First is gel. Second is calcium hydroxide. Third is calcium aluminate hydrate. This is an also a gel, but has somewhat other strength. See, the reaction of C3A with water is very fast. Very fast. To avoid this fast reaction, we are adding gypsum. We are adding gypsum. So C3A is also present, no? So that is why we are adding gypsum to avoid falls. The hydrated aluminates do not contribute any strength. Try to understand. This C3A, once you react with water, that gel is there, no? It is not going to give any strength. It is a harmful. again sulfate attack may takes place. Again sulfate attack may takes place. See here, on the hydration of this C3A, on the hydration of this C4A, one compound is forming. That compound name is calcium aluminum trisulfate hydrate. Calcium aluminum trisulfate hydrate. That is only one name, one name. In short, that compound is called as etrignite. It's called as etrignite. So C3A and C4AF plus water is going to give etrignite, which is not going to give any strength, which is harmful due to sulfate attack. Due to sulfate attack. See here in this graph, what is shown? Strength graph. So here on x-axis age means what? Time duration. On the y-axis compressive strength means what? It's strength. Which is highest in the initial stages? Which is highest in the initial stage? 7 day. If you take 7 day strength of a concrete, which compound is giving more strength? See here on 7th day, which is highest? This point is highest, no? This is jana ಎಷ್ಟು ಶನಿ ಅದ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೀರೋ. On the 7th day means what? C3S compounds are reacting fast and giving the strength. So that is why C3S compounds are there in the initial stages. So that is slowly reacting and that is there. But after 28 days, which is start reacting after 28 days from the next things, which product is reacting? C3A or C4AF or C2S?
C2S.
Everyone is
Yes.
understanding the graph now? Everyone is
Yes, sir.
understanding?
Yes, sir.
After 28 days or after some time, C2S is slowly reacting, slowly forming gel, slowly contributing to strength of concrete. Slowly contributing to strength of concrete. So that is why curve is increasing. This is also increasing, no problem. This is also increasing. So which two compounds are giving strength? Now you have to tell me which two compounds are giving strength?
C3S and
Yes, and
C2S.
C3S.
Very good. C3S and C2S. When you see these two things, C3A and C4AF, whether that curve is increasing? No. It is curve is almost horizontal. That means what? It is not at all giving any strength here. It is not at all giving any strength. Okay, na? Understood this diagram?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Shall I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, every person.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, structured structure of a hydrated cement paste. Okay, I will just explain using this diagram. If it's a beaker, if it is a big beaker, is there? One second. Okay. If it's a big beaker is there, you are adding water, your cement is adding, so gel is forming, aggregates are also there, everything is there. How it is appearing? It will appear as a aggregate particles. Aggregate means what? Big aggregates, big sand particles are there, no, are dispersed in cement paste. Imagine, try to imagine, there is a cement paste means what? Cement plus water is there and also aggregates are there. How it is appearing? Aggregates are dispersed in matrix of cement. Matrix is nothing but big content. Okay, na? So here you can understand two phase. Two phase. What are those two phase? One is paste phase, another is aggregate phase. What are the two phases? Paste phase and aggregate phase. So in the bigger thing, in the bigger, when you see with the naked eye, two phases, paste, aggregate. So aggregates are dispersed. When you take some component and enlarge it in a microscope, enlarge it in a microscope, there will be one another phase. What is that phase? Transition zone. Transition zone will appear in microscope. Means what? That aggregate, when you enlarge, no, that big aggregate, suppose that big aggregate is there, transition zone is that zone where aggregate body and paste body are there. Both are there. This surface, this. Okay, what is happening here?
Sir, next class sir करें sir.
Next class करा था ना?
Yes sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now shall I stop?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Now everyone should tell me the answer.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Shall I
Yes,
stop
sir.
now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. You can leave the class. No problem.